If you're taking a GLP-1 for weight loss, a false sense of security may be leading you down a dangerous path. I'm Henry with Henry's Health Hub, and today we'll see why GLP-1s alone cannot be your answer to obesity and weight loss. In just a few short years, the use of GLP-1s for off-label weight loss, originally developed as a tool for type 2 diabetes management, has exploded, even among individuals who are not classified as obese. Those simply looking to keep off an extra 10 to 15 pounds now have access to a drug that mimics the effect of a hormone called GLP-1, regulating appetite, slowing gastric emptying, and enhancing insulin secretion in response to eating. But among many, one of the core issues with GLP-1s is a false sense of security it creates around the user's health. GLP-1s and being healthy are not one and the same. And as such, one cannot say that because they're taking a GLP-1 and losing weight, that they are healthy. Similar to how just because someone is perceived as skinny does not mean they are healthy. Now, as a gym owner, I've seen certain clients' attitude towards fitness completely shift once they started seeing results faster with GLP-1 drugs. Some throwing in the towel completely and stopping altogether. Now, as with many tools, GLP-1s can be used as a starting point towards a healthier lifestyle, but the point is it can't be a replacement for it altogether. Now, there are three key areas we must focus in on for a healthy GLP-1 usage, and number one is physical activity. Physical activity must not be overlooked, and simply saying that you do not like working out is not an adequate answer. What you mean to say is you have not yet found a method of fitness you enjoy. Regular physical activity is essential for many things, such as building muscle, enhancing cardiovascular health, and improving mental well-being. And there is no better correlation to lifelong health than consistent resistance and cardio training. And studies have shown a near 10x decrease of all mortality rates are achieved when doing such activities, from cancer, heart disease, and more. Now, for GLP users who don't exercise or stop training due to the weight loss seen on the drug, you lose strength, stability, flexibility, and cardiovascular health. Now, on to number two, and that is nutrition. Just because you're losing weight with a GLP-1 does not mean nutrition is not important. And in fact, it may even be more important. As the GLP-1 regulates appetite and slows the gastric process, many find themselves naturally unable to eat as much. But this is only a good thing if the food you are able to eat is high in quality. Now, a big reason you may be overweight is due to your poor diet. And by not addressing this while taking a GLP-1, you are simply masking a problem to rear its head later down the line with more serious health problems. You see, when you're eating poorly without a GLP-1, you get a signal with increased weight gain. However, when taking a GLP-1, this direct signal is masked underneath the perception of health. Now, three small steps you can take to get your nutrition in track is dialing back portions, adding more whole foods to your diet, and cooking more meals at home. Now, number three is mental health. The obesity problem GLP-1s are attempting to address is not as black and white as a statistic may show. And even if GLP-1s can move the needle on America's obesity problem, they are simultaneously adding fuel to the many fires of others. One such sharply rising problem is mental health. Now, until the rise of social media flaunting, the most glamorous bodies and unattainable norms would be showcased in magazines and movies. But nowadays, that has changed. We compare ourselves to friends' feeds, grow parasocial relationships to online celebrities, and keep tabs on the next product influencers are getting paid to promote. And once all of your surrounding peers slim down, your previously unbothered build starts to bother you a bit more. You start to think, maybe I should try that too. And we all collectively feed into our darkest insecurities previously kept at bay. Now, this societal pressure inevitably exacerbates issues such as body dysmorphia, anxiety, and depression. The use of GLP-1s without first addressing your current lifestyle, including your mental and psychological state, only results in temporary fixes and a natural return to the hedonic treadmill that affects us all. When discussing GLP-1s, an emphasis on sustainability is vital. Weight loss achieved through GLP-1s will always be temporary if individuals do not adapt the previously mentioned healthy lifestyle traits.